Well, good morning, everybody. Mark Finan here in the home weather office on this Friday morning. It is the 27th day of October, 2023. This is the morning briefing coming to you from the home weather office. And as I look out the window, nothing but blue sky, but boy, it is not very warm, getting off to a chilly start. Some areas in the foothills even have a little bit of frost this morning. We'll talk about the cool morning, talk about the wind that we are expecting this weekend. Some areas will be windier than others, but that north wind is going to come up as it often does in both the fall and the spring seasons. And also look ahead to the chance of rain at the end of next week. We will be staying dry at least until next Thursday, and the chance of rain that we're looking at for the end of next week is still uncertain, and I'll show you some of that uncertainty. But let's start with some of the temperatures. So what I've got here is the summary that comes out from the National Weather Service. And this is the 7 o'clock summary, 7 a.m. summary. So Stockton Airport, 37 degrees, Modesto, 42, Travis Air Force Base, 40, Vacaville, 39. Let's see, Lincoln. Yeah, Lincoln Airport tends to be a pretty cold spot, 37 degrees. It says Auburn, 45, but many of you from the Auburn area have commented that you live not too far away from the airport and your readings are quite a bit cooler. Look at Reading, 34 this morning. Let's see. And then Truckee, 18, Tahoe, 19. So, yeah, a plenty chilly morning. These aren't necessarily the overnight lows. These are just the 7 o'clock readings, but you get the idea that it's a pretty chilly morning. It's a clear morning throughout the area. There's some clouds going through the Central Valley, south of Stockton. We may see some high, thin clouds from time to time. Not much in the way of fog this morning because the air is so dry. And there is a system up here to the north that I know it doesn't look like very much, and we may see some high clouds from it later on today. But it's as the system drops into, let's say, over towards Salt Lake City or Elko, somewhere over in here during the day tomorrow, that we start getting that north wind. So let's talk a little bit about the north wind. And I'm going to fast forward to tonight. So, we're today, light winds, wind really isn't an issue. So this is 9 o'clock tonight. Let's get into the day tomorrow. This is, this is 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So if you want to avoid the wind, let's say you wanted to get a bike ride or something like that, the morning hours will be the least windy part of the day. But as we get to the later part of the morning and into the afternoon, the winds pick up. And it's that north wind that comes down the valley. Right now, it looks as though some of the strongest may be in Yolo and Solano County, with winds gusting to, that right there would be around Vacaville at 33 miles an hour, 22 miles an hour in Sacramento. You also see the typical bias here. The west side of the valley is the strongest. The east side of the valley and the lower foothills have the weakest winds. So areas like Twain Harte and Sonora, at least at this time, don't see as much of the wind. But the wind kind of expands through the area. Everybody, I think, will at least see a breezy day. This is 7 p.m. The winds will stay up, and then we also start seeing the downslope wind here on the west slope. And you notice that these areas highlighted in purple up in some of the higher peaks here. These are winds that are gusting up over 50 miles an hour. And then this is the other thing that catches my eye during the overnight. Let's see if I can find a good time for this. Well, this is going to be good enough. This is 7 o'clock Sunday morning. Notice these areas here. Areas up toward, let's say, Mount Vaca, the mountains of Napa County, all of these areas in here could have winds gusting up over 40, 45 miles an hour, and it's that dry offshore wind. And this is why we are kind of concerned about fire danger. A couple of things about the fire danger. What we have set up here is the wind and the wind pattern, similar to what has given us some of our biggest fires in Napa and Sonoma counties in the past, as well as the Camp Fire. We are going to see a pretty good wind come down the Feather River Basin. The difference this year is that there is a little bit of moisture in the fuel. In other words, especially the lower fuels, areas like grasses, there is even some grasses and lower fuels that are starting to actually grow again. So everything isn't completely dried out. However, it's those grasses that also tend to dry out fastest once we get a north wind with very low humidity, and the humidity will be quite low throughout the weekend. So because of the higher fire danger, This is not a weekend to be doing your burn pile. I know some of you live on property and you probably have debris that, because we have been in fire season, you've just been waiting to do your burn pile. This is not the weekend to do the burn pile. Because it is going to get rather gusty in many areas, especially on the west side of the valley, Napa County, Lake County. But even parts of the lower foothills will see some gusty winds. So I wouldn't recommend doing your burn pile this weekend. There will be better weekends to do it than this one. The wind will gradually die down during the day on Sunday, but it'll take a little while. It'll still be somewhat breezy on Sunday. This is Sunday at 4 p.m. You can see the winds easing here now, and Fairfield is seeing that wind now of 17 miles an hour, a gust, and Sacramento just 7. So that's about the wind. Let's talk a little bit about the rain. Right now we are looking at next Thursday for our next chance of rain. Let me show you the 6Z run to show you what it's thinking, and it's not thinking very much. This is Thursday evening. And then into Friday, Saturday, really nothing. Stuff kind of goes by to our north. So that's the latest model. Yesterday I showed you this, and when I showed you this, I said, don't get too hung up on this one run, because this is what that run showed. This is Thursday night going into Friday and Saturday, and that would be impressive rain. Whereas the most recent 6Z run shows the rain going by to our north next Friday and Saturday after we get just a dusting of rain during the day on Thursday. And I don't think the 12Z is in as I'm recording this far enough. No, it only goes through Wednesday. So the bottom line about any precipitation is we will get at least until next Thursday without any rain. So for those of you that work outdoors and need some dry weather, you'll have at least until next Thursday before we see anything in the way of rain come our way. And for those of you that are worried about next weekend, right now it's too soon to say whether or not we are going to get some rain coming our way, but that's why I don't trust 7 to 10 day forecasts, because there can be so much model variability. So that's everything I've got for you this morning on this Friday morning. Yep, we've made it to the weekend. I will be in the studio tonight at 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, and 11 to give you the latest on what we're looking at for the wind and maybe the chance of rain toward the end of next week. In the meantime, make it a great day, and I'll talk with you later.